അങ്ങനെ ആയിരുന്നു ഇത് തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടാണ്
Start. We have an application of grating or an optical instrument which works on the phenomenon of diffraction, that is known as diffraction grating. The grating is governed by an equation and that is known as the grating equation. A grating or a diffraction grating consists of a large number of parallel slits separated by equal opaque surfaces or equal opaque spaces. An arrangement of large number of parallel slits separated by equal opaque spaces is known as a grating or a diffraction grating. Grating are of two types. One is the plain transmission grating and the other one is known as the reflection grating. So we have transmission gratings and reflection grating. A plain transmission grating is one in which all these slits will be such that light will be transmitted through these parallel slits. If the instant light is transmitted through all these parallel slits of a grating, then such a grating is known as plain transmission grating. And if light is reflected from these slits, such gratings are known as reflection gratings. A grating can be constructed by using a plain glass plate, and on this glass plate parallel slits can be made using the fine tip of a diamond. Using fine tip of a diamond, slits are made on the surface of a plain glass plate, and that will be a real grating. And on top of this glass plate with the fine rulings, pour a solution of gelatin. Gelatin solution is poured over the surface of this glass plate with the fine rulings. Then it is allowed to cool down, and so that it will harden and a film of gelatin will be formed. After forming the film, we can strip off the film from the glass plate and we'll get a gelatin film with all the impressions on the grating on this gelatin film. That is, the gelatin film will be having all these lines which were there on the original grating or which were there on the original glass plate. All the impressions on this glass plate will be there in the gelatin film. This gelatin film can be placed in between or it can be sandwiched in between two plain glass plates. Then such a grating is known as plain transmission grating. If this gelatin film with fine slits are placed in between or is placed in between two plain glass plates, then that forms a plain transmission grating. Because all the slits will be such that light can be transmitted through these slits, because we are keeping glass plate on the top and the bottom surface of this gelatin film. So that all the slits will be transmitting light if light is incident on its surface. And if you are keeping this gelatin film with fine rulings in between, or if it is sandwiched in between two reflecting surfaces such that two silver film, then such a grating is known as a reflection grating. How can you call it as a reflection grating, or why do you call such a grating as a reflection grating? A gelatin film with fine lines are kept in between two silver films. That forms a reflection grating. It forms a reflection grating because the silver is a reflecting surface, and that is when light is incident on this glass plate, all the opaque surfaces will be opaque itself, but when light is incident on the silver film, all the parallel slits will be reflecting. So such a grating is known as a reflection grating. Here in this chapter, we are going to study about plain transmission grating only. A plain transmission grating, which we use usually in our lab, has 6,000 lines per centimeter, and such that the width of a single slit will be of the order of wavelength of light. That is, the grating will have about 6,000 or 7,000 lines per centimeter. In a centimeter, there will be 6,000 lines. Then such a grating, the slit will be having a size which is of the order of wavelength of light, that is about some 10 raised to minus 10 meters order, will be the order or the size of each slit. So the transmission grating or the plane transmission grating is generally an arrangement of large number of parallel slits. So the grating will contain large number of parallel slits. Almost 6,000 lines per centimeter will be there. Each slit will be having a size comparable to the wavelength of light. Now, we'll see its construction is by pouring gelatin solution over a ruled grating surface. The film is allowed to, or gelatin solution is allowed to cool down and harden. Then we get a film of gelatin which will be having all the impressions of the original grating. It is mounted between two plain glass plates. We will get a transmission grating, and if it is mounted between two reflecting surfaces like silver surface, then we will get a reflection grating. Now we will see what is a grating equation, or the diffraction of grating is governed by an equation, and we get a diffraction pattern, right, which is governed by a grating equation, or the spectrum which we obtain from grating is governed by a grating equation. We will derive the grating equation. For that, we will consider a grating. In this figure, let this be the grating. You can see a large number of parallel slits separated by opaque portions. All the black portions are opaque portions, and here we have the slits. Let us consider the first slit AB. Then we have another slit from C to D. Here we have a point of, you can take it as equal to D. From C to D, that is another slit. Then we have another slit here. Like that, we will be having a large number of slits, such that there will be 6,000 lines or slits per centimeter. Now, if you are considering a small slit of AB, light will be passing through this slit. And if the light were to pass through or if the slit was not there, light will be passing along this direction. This will be the normal direction of light if there was no slit. But since the slit is there, or the light is made to pass through the slit, light will be deviated from its original path. And this angle of deviation, you can consider it as equal to theta. And this angle is known as the angle of diffraction. This angle is known as the angle of diffraction. So when the light is made to incident on this grating, the light will be made to diffract through an angle of theta, and that angle theta is known as the angle of diffraction. And here, the transparent portion, this region AB, all the transparent portions will be having equal width, and let small a be the width of the transparent region. Let small a be the width of the transparent portion. And if we have opaque surfaces of equal width also, the opaque surfaces will be having a small width of small b. Let A be the width of the transparent portion and B be the width of the opaque portion. So AB is equal to small a and BC is equal to small b. And if we take the sum of the width of transparent and opaque portion, that will be equal to A plus B, which can be taken as equal to D, and that D is known as the grating element, the grating element of a grating. All the gratings will be different. So for a particular grating, we have a quantity known as grating element, which is usually represented as small d, which will be equal to the sum of transparent portion and opaque portion. If it takes transparent portion having a width of small a and opaque portion having a width of small b, then A plus B is equal to D will represent the grating element of the grating. And now, let us consider capital N as the number of lines per unit length. Now, number of slits per the number of slits per unit length will be equal to capital N. Capital N represents total, number of lines per unit length. If you are considering 1 unit of length, 1 centimeter of the grating, then that will contain N capital N number of slits or capital N number of lines. Then this capital N will be equal to the reciprocal of grating element, or that will be equal to 1 by D, which will be equal to 1 by A plus B. The number of lines per unit length, capital N, will be equal to the reciprocal of grating element. What is grating element? It is the sum of the transparent portion, sum of the width of the transparent portion and opaque portion. Reciprocal of the sum will give the number of lines per unit length. Capital N is the number of lines per unit length. You always remember capital N as the number of lines per unit length, and we will take N0, capital N0 as the total number of lines of the slit. From here onwards, whenever I say capital N, think about it as the number of lines or number of slits per unit length, and N0 is the total number of lines on this grating. If you are given a grating, that will contain a total number of N0 lines, or if you are having total of 10,000 or 12,000 lines, then that will be 12,000 will be equal to N0. And if it is of 2 centimeter width, capital N will be equal to this 12,000 by 2, that is 6,000 lines per centimeter will be the number of lines per unit length of capital N. So here, this is how we explain the figure of a grating. Now we can see that when light is made to incident on this grating, it is made to diffract through an angle of theta, or it is deviated from its original path by an angle of theta, and this angle theta is known as the angle of diffraction. Now, from the point A, you can draw a normal towards this line. The ray of light emanating from the point C. This ray of light is coming from point A, and from the point C, this line is coming. Then, if you can draw a normal from A to this Cn, which is the ray of light which is coming from the point C. This is the normal. Now, you can consider a triangle such that will be triangle ACN. Consider this triangle, ANC. Consider this triangle. This is the normal, this angle is 90 degrees. So if this angle is equal to theta, this small angle will also be equal to theta. If we complete this triangle, this small angle will be equal to theta. So what will be sine theta equal to? If this small angle is theta, that is, you can complete this and consider this triangle ANC. If this angle is theta, this small angle will also be equal to theta, that is angle NAC. Angle NAC will be equal to theta, then sine theta will be equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, that is Cn by AC. Cn by AC is equal to Cn by AC is equal to sine theta, or Cn is equal to AC sine theta. Cn is equal to AC sine theta. And then what is AC? AC is AB plus BC. This AB is having a width of small a and BC is having a width of small b. Then AC will be equal to small a plus small b, that is equal to D, the grating element, that is AC sine theta is equal to D sine theta. So Cn will be equal to D sine theta. When we consider triangle ANC, this triangle NAC will be angle NAC will be equal to theta, sine theta will be equal to Cn by AC, or Cn will be equal to AC sine theta, which is in turn equal to D sine theta. What is the Cn? Cn is the additional path traveled by the second ray. First ray is emanating from, we are considering the first ray from A and second ray from C. Then these two rays will be having a difference of Cn, or Cn is the path difference between these two rays. So in order to get a principal maximum, the condition is that path difference should be an integral multiple of lambda. If the path difference is an integral multiple of lambda, we will get a point of maximum in intensity, that is principal maximum, or the nth order principal maximum will be obtained if path difference equal to n lambda. Here we know that the path difference is equal to Cn, which is in turn equal to D sine theta, or D sine theta is equal to n lambda. Where n lambda is an integral multiple of lambda, or n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Or you can write this as sine theta is equal to n lambda by D. Taking D to the right hand side, 1 by D is reciprocal of grating element 1 by d will be equal to capital N, which is a number of lines per unit length. Capital N is a number of slits per unit length, or sin theta will be equal to N lambda. You can write this as equal to sin theta equal to N lambda, and this equation is known as the grating equation. Here, sin theta equal to N lambda represents a grating equation, where theta is the angle of the grating or angle of diffraction. Then small n is the order, it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Then capital N is the number of lines per unit length. Always remember, it is a number of slits per unit length, not the total number of slits. It is a number of slits per unit length. And lambda is the wavelength of light used. Lambda is the wavelength of light used. And this is the grating equation